Welcome back to the podcast AI Searched, where we talk about artificial intelligence and machine learning in each industry. I'm so excited to have Ljubiša Kukulj with me here today, a product designer who will talk about design trends since AI has come around. Hi Ljubiša, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. I would love to know how artificial intelligence is impacting your work as a product designer recently.
Well, technically speaking, it's been impacting the work for a couple of years now. It's just the fact that the whole AI trend is coming widely spread to the more people. But technically speaking, there's a lot of tools, different tools that's helping every day into making the whole process much faster and much efficient in the whole industry, not just my work and the work of my colleagues, but the probably biggest impact that I can see at the moment is trying to do the discovery and the ideation phase. And that's something that's really helping so far. And we can clearly see it's moving our work from the ground zero to the next level. And we are really happy about it.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah. How do you feel that with this new knowledge, you do a lot of mentorship actually, and that's how we met because we did a lot of meetups together. How do you feel it is for new designers coming into this age, people who are just graduating now, who actually have had AI maybe their entire university career? So where do you think they can enter the landscape, the careerscape now?
My point of view on that particular case is, and that's actually something that many of my mentees are asking me through the mentorship program, is that junior people or people who are just starting into the UX, UI, or any kind of design industry, they should first maybe start with the basics, because even when you are trying to learn the car in the driving school, they are not going to give you a Ferrari or something like that. They are going to give you a proper car, like first the basics. Reason for that is that sometimes when we start typing, let's say for example, you go on ChatGPT and you start typing, hey, can you explain me, do this, can you explain that? Sometimes what we really see happening there is the AI is going too abstract.
Okay.
And it doesn't cover the basics that well. Even though, for example, you can ask ChatGPT or some other tool, can you give me the correct format of the currencies in Europe? And they are going to say, oh, it's 1, comma, la la la. But if you go and tell him, oh, it's not right, it's actually the opposite, he's going to say, oh, yeah, you're right. And if you trick him again, you say, oh, no, the first one was the correct one. He's going to start to do that loop. And I believe personally that people who are just starting the industry, they don't know the basics, they don't know what kind of terms to search for. And that means they could be led to thinking something is there maybe, and they learn it in a way that maybe at the moment it's not the appropriate way of doing things, right?
Yeah, of course. And of course there's so much hands-on work in design that you have to kind of pass in order to start your career and then be able to use those tools to speed up your process, but you still have your own identity as a designer.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you feel like with creativity? Do you think that this AI trend for young designers who are maybe using prompts at ChatGPT and kind of shortcutting their work is going to be stunted in the next 10 years? How do you feel? Like, are we going to be able to be creative, or are we going to kind of just sit back and see what the computer gives us? I know there's a lot of, creatives rebelling against AI, and I'm just interested to see your view, how you feel about that.
I'm actually really happy about it. And I'm not the the majority of designers who is, just like you said, the art people and the people who are doing designs and everything like that. They're kind of stressed about the whole situation. While on the other hand, my take on this is that in the next 10 years, we are going to have a huge separation in the design point of view, where one of the designers are going to cut the corners and they're just going to start generating stuff. And what we are going to have a bunch of websites, apps, or things like that are going to look the same. Just like the WordPress era, WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, like all these era, everything is going to look the same. Header, carousel, the fact, like Every single
template works on a template.
Exactly. In the other hand, that's going to leave a huge opportunity for all of other people to be creative. And my take on this is that at the moment we are limited by the technology in form of the screens. So the smartphone is just the regular brick. Boring. The laptops and things like that, screens, bigger boring. However, the technology is going and growing, and I see that the UX that we see right now is going to be a totally different thing in 10 years, because it's just the matter of the users. Like, it's simple usability for the users. They are going to start adapting to the new technologies and new things, and it's going to be better and better and better.
Yeah. How do you feel as a designer? I mean, just coming from that, you're one person and somebody who graduated university, you know, they finished 5 years, maybe they have their master's in design. I personally believe that they can never stop learning, because there's just so much going on. You have to follow the trends. You know, even people who are really active in their job and very busy, they're working, you know, 40, 50, 60 hours a week at their job. They still have to input that extra 10, 20 hours a week to stay active on these trends, because so many things are changing. Do you find a struggle with this for yourself or the people that you mentor? And how do you overcome, you know, having a life, having a family, having, you know, work-life balance, and still being on top of what's going on in the world, since it's changing so quickly?
Well, again, something that's going to happen probably is for the people who are just graduating from the things like that, and they see, and I know things and I can go in the industry immediately, I don't need new trends and something like that. They're going to have a huge reality slap.
Yeah,
that's going to happen for them. For people, however, who tend to just want to grow more and more and educate themselves, it's not that hard, because they are driven and they are motivated to do more, to expand the things, and it's so simple like that. For example, in my case, for someone who is traveling a lot, have the family and doing a lot of business, I find it really easy to learn about the new trends just by speaking to the people. Go to the meetups. If you have some time, go to the meetups, go to the communities, go to, I know this is the boomers term, but go to the forums, go to the, I don't know, Reddit, go to red.cv, go to these platforms and exchange the ideas. Don't be like, I don't know anything about it. Maybe it's going to sound stupid. It's good.
Try.
It's good. Try it. Maybe it's stupid, maybe it's something really good.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole point of the AI. It's about the exchanging the ideas. It's about trying to grow something bigger. And you have a really nice documentary on Netflix. It's called $1 Billion Code, something like that. It was about the TerraVision, who's later extracted data. But the first thing they wanted to do was to create art.
Yeah.
And that's what matters. So you have a vision, you know what you want to do. Let's see how to expand it, where to apply it, and things like that.
Yeah. And I think it's cool because artificial intelligence is creating images that maybe could take hours and hours for a designer to draw, and you could get your vision board out there much faster. And even if the end product is something that you will have to design on your own or something similar, you can pick up a lot of ideas and like grow from there. Which before, you know, to see these beautifully animated, I mean, I work a lot in motion design, so as you know, it takes so much time to animate something, and here you can get that vision board, you can get ideas of where you're going in a few seconds, you know, which is great in the business world, since I have to give a proposal and 10 proposals are denied and 1 is accepted. So I'm wasting so much time doing 10 proposals instead of doing the one that, you know, finding somewhere one that's going to work. Yeah.
Exactly. Plus, many people are afraid, the AI is going to replace us, and that's something that's throughout the history. People were saying that all the time. I read it even from some people. Like, you remember the time when they were saying that the chauffeurs are going to be replaced because the cars came, and they were driving the vehicle with the horse.
The carriages.
The carriages, right? Yet here we are today. The chauffeurs are still there. It's just the adaptation. Someone who wanted to adapt to the new technologies still have a job, still are very present in the world.
Yeah.
People who don't want to move on, that's a different part of the problem.
I think everything, even from, the dishwasher. Back there's like interviews in New York about dishwasher. People were not really like, what am I going to do at home if someone's washing my dishes? That's taking away my duty, my purpose in life. And I think that humans are incredibly adaptable. I mean, we came from, cavemen to here. So I think every challenge that's thrown at us, we're still going to find a way to live and survive and work and find purpose in our lives. So it's very cool.
Yeah.
What's your plan going forward? Like, what are your next steps? What are you working on?
As usual, trying to be the most innovative guy in the room, because the boundaries that we have at the moment, and like having something, I don't want to use this, or the AI is a buzzword, we should use it right now. You should, but do you have any idea to go above beyond that? Because it's not the fact just to stay in the trend, and many people are just following the trend, but my take on that is, why not try to be the trendsetter? At the moment, I know it's hard. The whole industry is evolving so fast, and there is so much people jumping into the industry at the moment. I don't know, being laid off from the really big companies, or just like you said, they are actually from the university, just like coming in the industry, and we should find the proper way and solution how to teach these people that it's not the matter of always doing the thing that you actually studied for. Maybe we are creative minds, and we should think outside of the box, not just, I want to design the screen and that's it. And that's something really shaky terrain there. While in the other hand, I believe the AI is going to take away all the hard work and time consuming work and everything, especially in design, for example, accessibility, sustainability, because these kind of topics are extremely big. And even though I know it's like contradiction of sustainable design and using AI, but however, AI can help you make a sustainable design. You can actually adapt many different points of view and directions into your design.
And then long-term benefits of sustainability.
Your product is going to be chef kiss.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm just looking forward to, as always, following you and your meetups and everything that you do in Croatia. So I hope we get to talk again sometime soon.
Of course.
Sounds good. You can find this podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. And we look forward to hearing your comments. Thank you.